So I look down and there's 444 on the clock, right? And I'm like, that's not the right time, but it is a sign. Because I've been seeing 444s everywhere. It's 333s, 222s, but they go in waves, you know what I mean? They go in cycles, they go in bursts. And there's been a burst of 444s, which is Foundations. And it's right as we're entering this new era, after everything's been changing and evolving and growing beyond the scope of what we thought. Interesting. Beyond the scope of what we thought. And I was just listening to The Return, which I used in a video not that long ago. But The Return, it's the energy of, I can't get my backpack out. I don't have any cards on me. Not even in my extra secret pocket. There's like a strap closed in the door and stopping me from pulling the backpack around. We've got the energy of return, a cycle, a wheel. The cross within the circle, which is... Didn't notice that before. Even though it's not like a full cross in a circle. Then Gym Crush is here in a different spot than normal. He's been in and out, you know, it's been like now you see him, now you don't kind of energy. But I've just been like, whatever, it's fine. I don't need anybody or anything to be in my life for me to continue focusing on what I'm doing. And that guy that pissed me off, I think I got the closest thing to an apology that I'm gonna get, which was him calling me sensitive and saying he never promised to be nice. But he was upset that I brought up his behavior in front of the other guy. And I think that means that he likes new guy. Likes new guy. And at first I felt like a little bit jealous or territorial. But then I remembered, new guy's not mine. I don't have a claim on him. Any more than I do Gym Crush, who didn't choose me either. The new guy did not choose me, but he's taken. Unavailable is the point. And I didn't realize until after he started talking about the fact that he was upset about that. Not upset, but, you know, we had one of those conversations where it's like, yeah, we're kind of mad, but we're kind of kidding, but we're kind of not. And we just, like, went through all of this stuff. And I came to the realization that he pretends to care, or pretends not to care what anybody thinks of him, right? But clearly he cares what new guy thinks. He was upset because it made him look bad. And at the end of the conversation, I was like, when do you switch gyms again? Like February? Like, get out of here. You know, like... And he's like, you're supposed to want me to stay. And I'm like, why would I want that? You're mean to me. And that's when he was like, I never promised to be nice. And I'm like, this is what happens when you're mean to me. You're mean to me, I talk shit to your crush. And I didn't know that's what I was doing, but I did it in front of him, so it wasn't behind his back. And like, it was all accurate. But I think the point is collateral damage, maybe, because new guy has conversations with us both at separate times regularly and did not need to be involved in that way. And I think I'm realizing right now that even though that wasn't my intention to make him uncomfortable, it might have. He was involved in an outside conflict passively. And so at this point, I think if I wind up talking to both of them at the same time again, I might just not be involved in the conversation. We'll have to see how it plays out. I don't know for sure that's what I'm going to do. But if the guy that pisses me off continues poking me, because I don't know, maybe he thinks it's flirty. Maybe he thinks it's endearing, but it's not. And he thinks instead of him being an asshole, I'm being sensitive. Somebody that treats you with disrespect, that leads to you leaving the situation and putting up a boundary of like, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to treat me like that, or I won't be around. Suddenly you're sensitive for having a problem with the way that they're treating you. That's like manipulation and gaslighting 101, right? And then between the ignoring that he did for like 6 months and then trying to get with me and then trying to ignore me again, and then saying, well, I'm gonna leave gyms, and expecting me to be like, no, don't go, don't stay here. Clearly these are manipulative tactics, and he's not getting the results that he wants. But these aren't the tactics he uses on new guy. He doesn't ignore new guy. He doesn't go out of his way to be an asshole to new guy. Even if you contrast the two people that he likes, we've got very different treatment, very different behavior. And this is a guy that I'm not even interested in. But Spirit's using it as an example. I pulled 9 of Wands. We're supposed to be learning something from this. And maybe it's to not engage. Maybe I should really just disengage entirely. Because that's literally what I just did with Gym Crush. Or rather, I allowed Gym Crush to disengage. But the return is the song, the wheel. The return of energy. And that is the kind of energy and behavior that previous people have used on me over and over and over again over the last couple of years. Well, I think it boils down to boundaries, right? You're not going to chase, you're not going to go after something or somebody that is acting some sort of way or being a dick to you because they like you. You're going to keep on doing you, keep on working on your projects, keep on waiting for the right situation, because your person is not going to disrespect you. Your person is not going to make you feel like you have to chase.